The NBA world is abuzz after the Dallas Mavericks took down the Denver Nuggets yesterday, 107-105, in a crazy last-second buzzer beater hook shot from the free throw line performance from one Kyrie Irving. He's got everybody talking, from Damian Lillard to Jalen Brunson to even Stephen A. Smith, giving the Dallas Mavericks much-needed praise. We're going to go over a few quotes as well as some quotes from Derrick Lively and a few players, and break down what this game meant to the Dallas Mavericks right now and moving forward with the playoffs just around the corner. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started, 73.7% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed. That percent has been going down. But if you are loving what we're doing here with the videos, the live streams, the posts, and all the content, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on a single thing that we're doing. But like I said in the intro, the Dallas Mavericks had just a phenomenal game yesterday against the Denver Nuggets from start to finish. It wasn't our best offensive game as the three ball really wasn't falling, but our defense hung in there. Luka was going off. He was having a crazy game. 37 points from Luka after he missed the game with a hamstring soreness. And Kyrie Irving, Ramadan Kai, Uncle Drew, whatever you want to call him, just iced that game with a buzzer. It was 2.8 seconds left on the clock with a buzzer beater, left-handed hook shot over Nikola Jokic from the free throw line. It was phenomenal. Mavs fans everywhere were ecstatic from this play, from this entire game. But not only were Mavericks fans talking about it, the entire NBA world just seemed to be just talking about the Mavericks and what they got going on. But just to recap yesterday's game, in the final score, the Mavs had 107 to Nuggets 105. Luka Doncic finished with 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kyrie Irving had 24 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Derrick Lively with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Jamal Murray with 23 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Nikola Jokic with 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. And Michael Porter Jr. with 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And that game was just phenomenal. It felt like a real playoff game. The energy was just through the roof. Just play after play, the Dallas Mavericks defense was creating stops. And for a while in the first half, it was hard for them to convert a lot of those stops into points on the offensive end. But come second quarter, come about halfway through the third quarter, fourth quarter Kai decided to show up a little bit early. When you mix fourth quarter Kai with Ramadan Kyrie, it's a recipe for success that not many teams can beat. Timely made threes, good passing, great defensive stops. There was a little bit, from what I saw, a little bit of flopping from Jokic in the fourth, but I get it. You're trying to win by any means necessary, I guess. But it just wasn't enough because Luka, after a big three from the Denver Nuggets, we were down by 3. Luka Doncic hit a much timely 3 to tie up the game. And then on the other end, after a miss from the Denver Nuggets, Kyrie Irving, off an inbounds pass from Maxi Kleber, hit a left-handed, one-legged hook shot over Nikola Jokic to win the game. And like I said in the intro, everyone's talking about it. Absolutely everybody. Damian Lillard tweeted, "Kyrie, the most skilled MF ever, bruh." And that's big praise coming from Damian Lillard. Now, you can argue that maybe Kyrie is a better player than Damian Lillard. Kyrie has a chip, Damian Lillard doesn't. It doesn't matter. Damian Lillard is a phenomenal player in this league. He's had a great career. Despite never making it to the finals, Damian Lillard is a very skilled player. Himself rivals Steph Curry as one of the best three-point shooters in the league. And even he's just calling it like he sees it, that Kyrie Irving, skilled. Kyrie also had 3 steals yesterday. His defense was on par. His defense is something that I don't think many people talk about when we talk about the best defensive guards in the league. I know a few seasons ago, Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year. I know Pat Beverly and Jrue Holiday are seen as great defensive guards. But for whatever reason, no one wants to highlight the fact that Kyrie is a great defender. He's no slouch on defense. Maybe because of his size, whenever there's a mismatch, it's harder for him to defend. But he was getting steals on Nikola Jokic early in the game yesterday. It didn't matter who had the ball. Kyrie was defending whoever was in front of him. You could put a referee in front of Kyrie. He's going to defend the referee. So it's good to see that Damian Lillard and other great players are watching the Mavericks and just watching what we're doing here in Dallas, and it's beautiful. But not only Damian Lillard had something to say, our old friend Jalen Brunson saying, "Kyrie, that is so tough," in reference to that just crazy buzzer beater shot over Nikola Jokic, and I just can't get enough. I've watched that play from different angles multiple times since the game ended, and it's just crazy. There's not that many players in this league that just turn it up like Kyrie, that can create and make these wild shots like Kyrie. The only other player that comes to mind is Luka Doncic, his own teammate, who also had a phenomenal game yesterday. After missing a game against Oklahoma City Thunder, if you recall, a few days ago, after the it was the middle of the fourth quarter against the Golden State Warriors, Luka Doncic left with hamstring soreness, and typically when you're hamstring, you can miss about a week. Like, you could be out for like a week to 2 weeks. But he only missed one game against the Thunder, which we hung in there for the most part. But he came back today, and I said in the stream, the worst thing that could happen to the Nuggets is Luka Doncic having some time off. Because from the All-Star break, Luka has been on a complete tear. 30-point triple-doubles, 35-point triple-doubles, breaking records, setting them left, right, and center. And eventually that man's going to get tired. Eventually, no more gas in the tank. We got to pull over and refuel. And unfortunately for the Denver Nuggets, Luka had his time off. He refueled at the pump, got himself a Slurpee and said, all right, I'm ready to go. For lunch, we having some nuggets. And that's just what he did. It wasn't a triple-double, but a 37-point performance nonetheless. It was about, 4 of 11 from 3? It was beautiful. So Luka Doncic and Kyrie are just getting everybody talking, because the Dallas Mavericks are a team that a lot of people like to just disrespect. No one wants to play with Luka. Why don't people want to play with Luka? And then we all know what the media and everyone says about Kyrie Irving. He's a bad teammate. Does he really play well with Luka? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. If you watch these games, you know that all of that is just talk, and none of it is true at all. And even though this Dallas Mavericks team is currently sitting at the 7th seed, we're only about half a game behind the Sacramento Kings. We still have a chance to move up in the playoff picture, and I truly believe that that could happen. But continuing with yesterday's performance and just what everybody has to say, Derrick Lively himself saying, Derrick Lively on Kyrie Irving's game winner. In Kyrie, we trust. As soon as we give him the ball, we know he's going to either find a great shot or he's going to make a great opportunity for someone else. Whenever we see him get the ball, sit back and just watch what happens. And I can't agree any more than that with Derrick Lively, because it's just insane to just watch Kyrie Irving. Because we know what Luka Doncic is. Yeah, he gets triple doubles to where he does facilitate, but Luka creates a lot for himself. But when it comes to Kyrie Irving, it's like his natural instinct is to create for others first and then for himself. A lot of times on the stream, I call Kyrie Irving the chef. Why? Because he's cooking up for everybody. Everybody gets to eat when Kyrie's on the floor. And Derrick Lively right there is just, that right there was a testament from his own teammates that they trust Kyrie, that they know that in Kyrie we trust. Enough said. That's all you really got to say. But Derrick Lively continued saying, I'm all over the place. Kyrie Irving saying, it felt good to execute and have the trust in my teammates out there. Being lucky enough and fortunate enough to hit a left-handed floater outside the free throw line. And that's great. Not only does Kyrie Irving's teammates acknowledge him and they know he's great, he himself is feeling that from his own team. Like, they trust him and he knows that they trust him too. And that's a good feeling. If there's any doubt across the Mavericks fan base or anybody that Kyrie's unhappy, Kyrie's going to leave. If this team doesn't win a championship in the next 3 business days, the whole team's going to fall apart. If you are any of those people, calm that down. The team's in a good spot. And you can say I'm overreacting to just one win, but this was a pretty big win. And from what I saw yesterday was good defense, good rotations from Jason Kidd. I know on this channel we've been giving Jason Kidd a hard time. And the only thing I had to question after yesterday's game was, why was Maxi Kleber playing in the fourth quarter? It almost went away. We were up by like 13 at one point, and slowly but surely the Nuggets were working their way back. But it just wasn't enough because no other team has a great duo like we do in Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. But even Nikola Jokic, he had this to say, saying he deserves to be the MVP 100%. Now, obviously, Nikola Jokic being a 2-time MVP winner and a Finals MVP winner, and just a humble guy altogether. If you know Nikola Jokic, you know he probably cares more about his horses and being back home in his country over playing basketball, it seems like. And maybe he doesn't care about an MVP, but it's good to know that even someone as great as Nikola Jokic, who is a good friend of Luka Doncic, can publicly give him praise saying, yes, this guy's the real deal. Because even though Nikola Jokic only had, I think he had like 16 points and 11 rebounds or 11 assists, Luka Doncic arguably had a much better game. He was just ice cold from start to finish. And not ice cold as in bad, but ice cold as in he was just an assassin. Luka Doncic was on a mission to deliver a dub, and it came through. But Nikola Jokic isn't the only one who had something to say. Where Stephen A. Smith said that what Kyrie Irving does, a left-handed floater over Jokic from the free throw line at the buzzer to lift Dallas Mavericks over the Nuggets. And this, after Luka Doncic's deep three tied it. This is special. Exactly why we should root to see Mavs advance deep in the playoffs. I know I'm rooting for them to do so. Now, if your memory serves you right like mine does, Stephen A. Smith, not too long ago, refused to give Luka Doncic any type of credit for being an MVP caliber player or give the Dallas Mavericks any credit for being a real playoff threat, saying, are they contenders or pretenders? And they were saying that during our 7-game win streak, nonetheless. But it's real funny now that when we up, everybody want to ride the wave. It's funny how once when we have a great performance, now everybody's like, oh yeah, I was always a fan. We should always root for the Mavericks. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Ride the wave, because this wave is going all the way to the top. Who knows how far this team can go? And I've said in the last video, I'm fairly certain that it doesn't matter who we see in the first round of the playoffs, we're already in the second round. This team's already in the second round. In my mind, mentally, we're already there, because it's Mavs in 3. It's Mavs in 3. The best of 7, Mavs in 3. There's no need for that game 4. Mavs in 3, that's all I need. That's all I need. But Stephen A. Smith, man, if he's rooting for the Mavs, that's good to know. As Mavericks fans, we know the media doesn't show us no love. They disrespect us left, right, and center. But maybe things will turn around. You know, I always believe that winning games can fix everything. And right there, it proved it. We won yesterday and fixed some things, but not everything. But the last thing I want to show you guys is this right here. The Dallas Mavericks continue to hang with elite teams, even with poor shooting. Dallas shot 8 of 33, 24.2% from downtown today, and took down the reigning NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets. Imagine what it's going to look like once Dallas starts hitting their shots. And I've said it many times in the last few videos. It is very impressive and very important that this Dallas Mavericks team knows how to score and knows how to win through many different means. The last thing you want to see is this Mavericks team just continually to shoot the three, because nobody inside can score. You remember the days of Maxey and Dwight Powell in the interior? That is nothing compared to Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively down low. Those two, I think we had like 60 total points in the paint. Also, Dante Exum driving to the rim, Kyrie and Luka finishing. We have options. We are a 3-tier scoring team. Except for that 1 tier from the 3. That needs to definitely improve, because we know Luka and Kyrie can shoot it, but we need PJ Washington to hit his threes. We need Tim Hardaway Jr. to be on the other end of his own spectrum, because he's either really hot or he's really cold. There's no real clear middle when it comes to Tim Hardaway Jr. You know, Dante Exum definitely needs to be more confident in his shot. Many times he gets the ball, and instead of just taking the shot, he passes it, which I get it. If you don't think it's a good shot, don't shoot it. Dante Exum is a very careful player, very underrated, by the way. He had a great game yesterday despite only playing 18 minutes. Great defense, and he hit like 3 back-to-back shots in transition. It was just beautiful. Beautiful all around. But the league, I said it before, they're on notice. We're sending out a message. The NBA world is in a buzz talking about the Dallas Mavericks. But it doesn't stop there. We have the San Antonio Spurs tomorrow, which we will be going live for, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a chance to join us for our live streams where we go live for every Mavericks game. Consider becoming a channel member. We're doing a 5K giveaway. We hit 5,000 subscribers about a week or two ago, and so we're giving away a jersey. And the easiest and only way to enter in that raffle is becoming a channel member of any tier. And more details will come out. Stick around and I'll explain more how that goes. But that's how you can enter to join our giveaway. Check out our Instagram. I'm sorry, not our Instagram, our Twitter and our Discord in the link in the description below. And until next time, y'all take care. Kiss your loved ones. Call your grandma. In Kyrie, we trust. Peace.